Okay, say hello then if that's the case. Say hello. Say hello. Let me turn up the brightness. Bro, you're doing the most right now. Okay, I know, I missed you too. Say hello. Say Rich Rising. Say Rich Rising. You just want all the attention. Rich Rising, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for taking a moment to be present. Thank you for connecting. Sending you love, light, and healing vibrations. Say hello. Say hello. I missed you too. All right, Alexa, pause. Okay, go, Zep. Go. 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 Out. Thank you. So, I have a couple of things that came to me while I was at work today. So, I'm going to channel them. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Just going to cleanse the space really quick. Whew. Most High, I ask that you allow me to channel this message to the best of my ability. Give me the clear tone of speaking. Any black magic, hexes, curses, evil eye, return back to sender. I welcome only love, light, gratitude. I release that out into the world times 10. In the black magic, hexes, curses, evil eye, I return back times 3. Please allow this message to be clear and concise to the best of my ability. Okay, so I know that death affects everybody differently, which is why it's important to go with healing methods that best suit you. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, you guys. But this kind of pain, the death of a loved one, this kind of pain can't be avoided. It can't be sexed away. It can't be shocked away. It can't be covered in any kind of way. I know because personally I have dealt with it. I would say the most recent death of a loved one that took a toll on me was my father's passing, and that was 3 years ago, and I'm still working through the emotions that have kind of lingered. I've gained a lot of peace because I know that we all have a time to go, but the changes, the event that took place and the changes that came about, that were brought about, I want to say in the beginning I was more focused on that rather than healing and moving on. So although it sounds weird to try to strategize a game plan to tackle, the death of a loved one, you want to give yourself grace for accepting it, for finding peace throughout it all, and just knowing that you gain them as an ancestor, a spirit guide, an angel, and you'll come to these terms the better you get with your healing journey. Because I know we all have lost someone, whether it was a family member, whether it was a friendship, whether it was a significant other, everybody's different and they're at different points on their journey. So again, this kind of pain that gets brought about when you experience the death of a loved one, it can't be avoided, can't be sexed away, can't be shopped away, can't be covered in any kind of way. You have to deal with it head on. It can only be healed, right? It can only be addressed. It can only be accepted. It can only be prayed away. It can only be alchemized. It can only be channeled. It can only be transmuted. And it can only be I don't know what I said at the bottom of this. Yeah, transmute it away. And for those who are not familiar with alchemizing and transmuting or even channeling, what you do is with the pain that you experience, whether it is an emotional pain, a mental pain, a spiritual pain, a physical pain. If you can hear the dog barking, it's because my dog is barking to get back inside. My brother will let him in, so it's confirmations though. Transmuting and alchemizing is basically turning these heavy energies, right? Sorrow, grief, anger, bitterness, you know, madness, like you turn them into something that it wasn't initially in the beginning, which is passion, which is some form of joy, which is some form of peace, which is some form of high vibration that feeds your soul and energizes you and gives you the momentum to continuously push on and push through what you may have battled or faced or whatever it is. I jotted it down because I didn't want to forget. If it's done properly, grief, bitterness, anger, sadness, sorrow, misunderstandings, questions, because I had a lot of questions with my father passing 3 years ago. It wasn't so much of losing faith in God or even blaming God, because I know that's what a lot of people do when something bad happens. They want to blame somebody, right? So why not do it to God? Why not be mad at God? I was just really sad, and I didn't really understand it at that point in time, but understanding came eventually. It probably didn't happen on the first day or even the second day, but it started to fall into place the more I decided to push through and accept the fate of everything has ultimately been written for us. There's no escaping death. We all have a time to go, and just finding peace with it. So I look at death completely differently than how I did before my father passed. And maybe because this person was my protector, he taught me love, he taught me how to love myself, and he taught me unconditional love. And so when he left, it was kind of like, well, what do I do now? And then I realized I can still use the tools that he gave me, that he taught me, because it's going to last me a lifetime. So questions and misunderstandings are normal when you experience the death of a loved one, but try not to stay there, because some questions you have, they may never be answered, and you have to find peace with that. You have to have acceptance with that. Maybe it will be answered in due time, or maybe you were overlooking the answer to begin with. So it's all about where you are on your journey and how you perceive things and how you allow the information to come to you. So all these things can be released to embrace a newer way of living and changes. Again, granted, death affects everyone differently. So you want to have self-discipline, but at the same time, you want to be able to release control to embrace freedom and secureness within yourself. Emotional maturity, emotional independence, and emotional stability. Because even though this person, place, or thing or loved one leaves in the physical form that we grew used to seeing, knowing, hearing, seeing, just, comfortable with, you have to have your own emotional stance of knowing you're okay, and you will continue to be okay regardless if this person is no longer present in the physical on earth. Trust yourself and let go of all inhibitions. I think the last thing, you do this to be judgment free of yourself and of others. Uh, the biggest lessons, or the two biggest lessons I've learned with the death of a loved one that really hit me very hard, because my grandma's passing was hard, but not as intense as my father's passing. And I've actually lost a lot of people. I would say, well, I don't feel like I lost them. I gained them as ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. I've experienced death of aunts, a couple of aunts, two grandmothers, really. My mom's mother and my father's mother, and then my father. And they all affected me differently. Like I said, the biggest one that took a toll on my spirit was my father's, because something actually happened to him and I had to find peace with that. Judgment is not in my hands. Judgment is not in anybody else's hands. Even vengeance is not in my hands. Vengeance is not in anybody's hands. The creator of life and death takes care of everything and everyone. So make sure you rid yourself free of judgment. I'm just gonna look at the comments really quick, but that's pretty much it. I just wanted to channel those messages before tonight was over with. Thank you for tuning in, Eric. Thank you, Johnny. Okay, thank you guys. Sending you love, light, healing vibrations, praying for your groundedness, praying for your centeredness, and I'm praying that you're able to smile today. If you haven't done so at all today, I pray you're able to laugh, and I hope that you're given more opportunities to embrace that joy tomorrow as well. Bye. I'm sending you love, light, and healing vibrations, Sand Moors. Thank you for tuning in. God bless.